Policeman seriously injured in machete attack. A policeman is reportedly in serious condition at the hospital after being attacked by a machete-wielding man in St. Ann on Thursday morning. Reporters understand that the lawman, Constable Curtis Wright, was on patrol duties while responding to a dispute when he was attacked. He was reportedly chopped several times all over his body. Constable Wright was rushed to a medical facility where he is receiving treatment. His injuries are considered life-threatening. His attacker was reportedly shot during the incident and was also taken to hospital. It is unclear whether his injuries are serious. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. Senior cop attack hours after sounding warning to a gunman. Just hours after Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenford Miller, head of the Air 1 Police Division in Hanover, issued a stern warning to criminals that police would defend themselves when confronted by gunmen, he and his security details reportedly came under gunfire. Reporters understand that on Wednesday night, ACP Miller, accompanied by his security detail, went on his way home when they noticed a vehicle near his premises. The officer and his detail reportedly approached to investigate when the occupants of the vehicle opened fire on them. The officers reportedly returned fire, causing the vehicle to speed away. According to reports, none of the lawmen were injured in the attack. It is unclear if any of the occupants in the other vehicle sustained injuries. The Independent Commission of Investigation INDECOM, along with the police in Montego Bay, are investigating the circumstances surrounding the gun attack. On Wednesday, ACP Miller urged criminals to avoid confronting police as they carry out their mandate to serve and protect. He emphasized that lawmen are trained to defend themselves and will not hesitate to do so when met with violent force. I am appealing to the criminals. When my police officers come for you, surrender. Don't try to confront my police officers. My police officers are trained to defend themselves and defend the citizens of this country, and that they will do with the utmost respect and professionalism at all times. I appeal to you, ACP Miller stated. Criminals want to take over our space, and we will not tolerate that. That will not happen. The law-abiding citizens of this country, especially those persons who live in Hanover, do business in Hanover, must live in peace in Hanover and feel safe. And we, the police, we are here and will continue to protect them and try to ensure their safety and security at all times. The senior cop statement came following Tuesday afternoon fatal shooting of two brothers during an alleged confrontation with members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in the parish. The deceased brothers have been identified as Enrique Harvey and Romaine Harvey, both of Green Island's addresses. Police were reportedly in the process of executing a warrant on a man in Green Island who allegedly pointed a gun at them. The police responded and the man was shot. Police said another man, upon hearing what was happening, ran towards the police with a firearm and was also shot and killed. Residents have since disputed the police account, stating that the brothers were murdered. Quelling Day on the witness stand for Keith Clark's daughter. King's Counsel Valrenita Robertson, who is representing Lance Corporal Greg Tinglin, one of the three members of the Jamaica Defense Force charged with murder in connection with the 2010 killing of accountant Keith Clark, came on the stand during cross-examination of the deceased daughter, Brittany, as the trial continued on Wednesday. Nita Robertson pressed her with questions aimed at testing the accuracy of her testimony, which was started given on Monday. During examination in chief, Brittany told the court that on May 26, 2010, she arrived at home in Kirkland Heights, Red Hills, St. Andrew at about 8 p.m. from a dance rehearsal. She told the 7-member jury that when she arrived at the house along with her mother, her father was not yet home. Brittany also insisted that no one else was at the house and she studied the external examination before going to bed. But Nita Robertson put some evidence to the test, asking Brittany to tell the court where she had the dance rehearsal before she reached home. It was a dance ministry rehearsal, either at Pratt Academy or a little theater, Brittany said, creating a stare as Nita Robertson questioned why she did not remember exactly where the rehearsal took place that day. Brittany explained that leading up to a planned event, rehearsals were held at both locations on different days, and she could not recall where it was held that day. Nita Robertson pressed on with follow-up questions, asking the witness to confirm whether she truly did any studying before she went to bed that night. You went home that night about 8:30 p.m. with your mama. Nita Robertson asked, to which the witness said, "Yes, ma'am." Nita Robertson further questioned, "So you studied before you went to bed because studying is important to you?" In response, Brittany again said yes. The next question from Nita Robertson sought to ascertain from the witness how much more she got to study as, based on the statement gave to the police, she reportedly said she had done some other things before going to bed. "At any time, did you say the words, 'I arrived home with my mother, Claudette Clark, at about 8 p.m., and we both entered the house using the front door. Upon entering the house, I went to my room, had a bubble bath, and then retired to bed between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m., Nita Robertson asked. Brittany replied yes, and also shared that she told the police what was important. Nita Robertson then asked, "Did you read over your statement after you gave it to make sure it was accurate? At the end, you signed it as Brittany Clark. You signed that it was true to the best of your knowledge and belief. Look at this for me, ma'am. Is this your signature? And is that your statement you gave?" To which Brittany again responded, "Yes, ma'am." "Not easy," Nita Robertson questioned. "At the time you gave the statement, that matter was fresher in your mind than it was now. Why didn't you put in your statement that you studied that evening or night?" Brittany told the court that she did more than just studying and taking a bubble bath. She explained that she also ate a meal. "I don't remember which one I did first," she explained, prompting Nita Robertson to ask the witness if she made up the things she was telling the court. Brittany responded, telling the senior attorney that she made this statement in the presence of her pastor and the police. Nita Robertson then probed to find out how long the studying lasted before she went to bed. "Miss, I didn't put a time on the studying," the witness replied. Nita Robertson added, "You went to bed between 8:30 and 9 p.m. and you woke up at 12 a.m. on May 27, 2010? "Yes, based on my statement, I spoke on the telephone with a friend and went back to bed," Brittany explained, which led Nita Robertson question to her that she did not see her father when she got home on the night he was killed because she had been sleeping. The witness stated previously in court that when her father arrived home, although her bedroom door was barely open, she saw him walk past her bedroom. "You never said you saw your father come home and walk past your room in your statement. I am suggesting to you that you told us that because you wanted to give the impression that your father came home and never came home with anybody. Your mother never bled, neither did you, thank God. Someone else was in the house bleeding and left blood in the washroom and in the living room. There is proof somewhere else was in the house who was injured," Nita Robertson stated. The witness responded, telling the senior attorney that was not so. Brittany's knowledge of the scope of her father's work as a chartered accountant was also tested by Nita Robertson, who probed whether she was aware that her father did tax return for companies and individuals. Early in the trial, Brittany's mother denied any knowledge that her husband was the accountant of the late former Tivoli Gardens don, Lester Cook, and his son, the convicted gangster Christopher Dudus Cook. "I am aware my father was an accountant, and he was a very dignified individual," Brittany said before denying knowledge of a businessman, Justin Olivier, who Nita Robertson said worked with Cook. She also denied knowing if Ogilvy resided approximately 500 yards away from the house she lived with her parents. Brittany is a second witness in the trial and was preceded by her mother, who completed her testimony earlier this week in the Home Circuit Court. Also on trial in relation to the shooting death of Clark are Lance Corporal Odell Buckley and Private Arnold Henry. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.